Uh-huh.
She's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask.
Uh-huh.
Around with a sword. And she's like, put a mask on. I'm like, I'm great.
Wait. Are you going to cut the fucking COVID-19 virus? What the fuck? Oh my god.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere? Andrew Tate.
What is that tattoo? God, that's a god-awful tattoo.
Is an Anglo-American
Like, you can't even tell what the fuck it is.
kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
Bang out machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. What's up, bitch?
On December
Did he just say he was gonna cut somebody with a machete and then? Okay.
29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months
He is
before
still
the
in jail.
arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
Oh, what? Wait, is that what his tattoo is? His tattoo that...
To get inside, I had
Oh,
agreed to
no.
enter a professional cage fight in Romania.
Oh, no.
Wow, he's actually in there.
Oh, no. Wait, did he start like his own... Oh, my God. He's just reliving Fight Club. That's... Wait. That's what's been happening. We've just been seeing IRL Fight Club. Oh, my God. That makes sense.
With 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to
Goddamn right.
No, I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This shiny hole.
Hold on to it.
The world isn't tough on
My
you.
plan was to sow anarchy.
Is that this recent arrest
Oh my God.
appears to be just the tip of
He's
the
just
iceberg.
fucking Tyler Durden.
I don't care.
The real story
We've clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed. by
Top G,
Andrew Tate.
Top G, Top G.
Don't know what he's done.
I wonder if that's what his cellmates say to him every night. Maybe they whisper that to him.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times.
Jesus.
More Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
Amazing.
Compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2020.
What the fuck was that? What was that tactical turn, officer? What the okay.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
Imagine getting clapped up for a girl you think isn't pretty. What a fucking L.
Hello, is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show
Is
you
it?
a lot of it. A lot of it's like
A lot of it?
off limits, but I can show you some
Okay.
of it. Gee, come by.
What is? I never got it. What's up with this accent? Look at that good boy.
You have for your house every day.
Look at that good boy.
This is the normal level of security I have at my house every day. I am prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell.
I
yeah.
kind of like cars.
Leads to
I kind of like cars, don't I? I just don't get why it goes. It comes and goes.
You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security.
Like it's there and then it's not.
You say, don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belt.
TV, which I never watch.
Boxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
Cool.
That's my brother.
Who else lives here?
That's all you have is that entire wall, and you only have 4 belts to put up on it. That's when you need to pick a smaller wall.
To you?
Oh God, that's a oof.
I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
What?
Hi, by the way, sorry to
What?
interrupt. I'm Matt. Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia? Working.
Working.
This is
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested with Tate in December.
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
That
accused
dog
of
better not have gotten
assisting in
arrested.
a trafficking operation.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I feel like he thinks he can he sounds cooler when he does the British accent. It's why when he gets, if you notice, it's like when he gets really fired up, the accent comes out more. Like he'll be sitting there, he'll be doing the interviews, and it'll be like, I mean, look, what I'm basically just saying is that women need to get in line more better, and they need to recognize that the men need to be the ones in charge. You know, we're the hunters and gatherers of the history of our species, so you know that's why. And then like somebody challenged him, he's like, "What the fuck do you think? The fucking L, fucking Like that's when the fucking accent comes out. Is when he gets all fucking mad, and then he's all like, what do you think women? What do you think fucking women? Like fucking Bugatti. That's when it all comes out. Is when he gets all fucking pissing in his feelings. It's like if you've ever like, it's like if you have immigrant parents, or you have friends whose parents are immigrants, and like the minute they get in trouble, that's when their like native language comes out. Like I remember I had a friend. His mom was German, really sweet lady, until he did some fuckboy shit and got in trouble. And then like I remember we got in the car and she yelled at him profusely. She said hi to me. She was like, "Oh, hi Josh, how are you?" And then went right into German and yelled at him. And it was fucking it was terrifying. I mean, she's German. That language is like made to like yell at people and intimidate them. But like fuck, dude, that's when you know you fucked up. And that's what it is for Andrew Tate. It's just him getting in his feelings and dropping the American like facade or whatever.
Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No, the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate speech.
Yeah.
A Tate speech? You mean like you just talk to a camera? Yes. Like every show I do, a Josh speech.
Could be fixed, but you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, she's like, "Oh, we gotta start wearing a mask." Around with a sword, and she's like, "Put a mask on." I'm brave. I don't need it.
Wait. Are you going to cut the fucking COVID-19 virus? What the fuck? I just imagine him just like running around his house, just fucking one-handing it all over the place. Somebody comes in with a mask on. He just like he gets ready. He just slices straight through it like in a fucking anime. Their mask goes like this and it just falls apart. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god. What the fuck?
Empowerment.
No.
Your wife starts talking. You're like, "Shut up! I decide what I do. Be quiet. Cook."
Andrew's unashamed misogynist and violent.
Somebody get him like one of those like the pointers. That's what he needs.
Viral fame. I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast.
That's the guy who you don't give like a pointer in like a meeting because they're just gonna abuse it.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea.
13?
Internationally renowned and respected.
Yeah, that 13 okay.
A song. Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just
And now the brother has more of it. What the fuck is?
gonna have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency.
I'm gonna have to bite my tongue and watch you and listen to you guys talk.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the
What?
slightest. No, sorry.
What? Are you calling my brother a liar?
At least this dude like always keeps his accent.
Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
What?
Have you seen
No,
him?
I haven't seen
You
the
haven't?
clown that hides the gay.
So you've never seen him?
No. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him. All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does it.
I'm so confused.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone. I don't.
It's definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother about this. Like every time, it's just when it's aggressive words.
I'm uninterested. We've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly on.
We clearly conquered.
We've invited the liberal news media to come. They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, it does make you a little bit violent.
It makes no, it doesn't. No, it
Do
doesn't.
people wear guns? You know, do people wear guns though? I feel like that's a bit of a if you wear a gun, I don't know. I just don't know.
I haven't
Sing
said
like you
it yet.
promised. It's a setup. I won't kick Vice out of my house. I think. A few more minutes, or we're done with it. No, you can sing now, or you're off the clock.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chat shit. Another 5 minutes, and we'll get you out of here.
Oh my god, they let him fucking film the break.
Talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do.
We've had a long career. He sounds like he's from New York, and then like he's like from fucking Essex all of a sudden.
What are they gonna say?
What are they gonna say?
Cars and money.
Oh.
The women love him. He's sexist.
Do they?
No, please don't put that on the
Does that second one happen, or is it just the first one? And you use the first one as an explanation for why the second one has to be true. I don't.
Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Oh yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. It's a setup. I won't kick Vice out of my house. You can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army's fighting, ethically and following the
18,000 likes, 246 comments. 66
Deceptively
shares.
editing. I can't believe it.
Let's see what people are saying. Tate win as always.
Tate
Impressed how easily
W.
He runs over weak men's arguments. It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people? Tate Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description.
So it's definitely him, right? Like that was like his big like 2 computer setup was definitely him
His
then.
account says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another
Naturally.
account, and again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where
Ooh.
boys as young as 13
Ugh.
are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew
Oh, no.
with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee.
So it's an MLM. Okay. Okay.
By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time.
Right.
And he's
Oh my
tactically
God,
avoiding
it's
the
an
impact of
MLM.
social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting; it's his legion of
Oh
fans.
God, my
All I'm
eyes. Stop
doing
it.
is saying
Okay.
the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say.
Isn't allowed to
So
say.
That's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme,
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men,
You've never had the life I have, ever.
or if he really believes.
Wait, what the fuck was Morpheus doing in this? Wait a minute, go back. What are we at 9? What the fuck was that?
Never had the life I have, ever.
Or if he
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? He better walk up to the screen and just immediately be like, you take the red pill. And you get a Bugatti. You take the blue pill. And you go back to your Honda Civic.
really believes what he says.
All I'm offering is the truth.
Oh my God. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. This is where the Matrix shit comes from. Oh no. I was wondering why people were talking about the Matrix and I didn't look into it, but oh no. This is what happens when you weren't born before the movie came out. This is what happens.
As a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really want something I didn't get.
By trans woman. It's so,
arena
it's
where
amazing. It's so
personalities thrive.
fucking amazing.
To manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened.
What happened? Oh,
when Andrew
man.
was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality
Bro,
TV shows
bro,
of all time.
bro.
Due to events in the outside world.
Was this like the creation of Andrew Tate when he went from a hair having young man to a very troubled like bald man? It seems like the baldness really popped off. He might have maybe like, you know, the UV rays just fucking cooked his fucking brain.
Has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Oh my God.
Outrage simmered down after Andrew
Jesus
released a video
Christ.
claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
Kinky game. Oh yeah.
It's just what we used to do.
But
Oh.
what the public didn't know, and what we can now
Oh
reveal,
yeah.
is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool,
Uh-huh.
the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? They're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, is it dumb hoe? They didn't bog
That's funny.
to protect her anonymity. 'Cause I'm a
I
nice
feel
guy.
like this is more. I love how it's like one.
During the
It's
same
like one
year,
thumb
Tate
up.
Brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
Over 50% of employees. Oh, wait. Why I'm an expert on all male-female interactions. I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me. Nice.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
He still
It
has
was called
hair.
the Tate PhD.
What exactly
or
were you
pimping
getting?
hose degree.
She was a fucking hoe.
Pimping.
I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the pimping hose degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Man, if you'd had asked like Vice, the Vice like documentary guy, if he would be saying somebody had to shut down their pimping hose business. Jesus Christ.
Methods of recruiting women.
I got hoes.
Did you at one point say
I
that
got
the girls who started as your girlfriends
hoes in
and then worked for
different
the webcam industry,
area
100% of the profit
codes.
goes to you?
Area codes. I
The man who's in
got
charge of
hoes.
investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you
Does Andrew know how to play chess? I feel like Andrew Tate is the type of guy who read like a book of like each opening strategy and like knows like a solid 2 to 3 ways that it's like he knows like these 3 specific ways to play chess.
think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
I bet you he fucking hated Queen's
No, when I
Gambit.
say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that like if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power.
It's not being in a position of power. It's about I enjoy amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men, raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery.
Wait a minute. So for women, it's like, hey, you should know not to go to public places if you don't want to be raped. If you ask guys to not rape women, that's too far. Like, what?
I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Let's see.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women.
I need to fix that.
Listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end.
Okay, did he win any of those? Also, that's fine. The dude certainly knows how to make money. I'll give him that.
Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah, romantically involving yourself with a woman and
he is just blaming women. He is just blaming victims.
I would call the webcam industry far closer to
mainly because I think Andrew Tate has a like problem with the concept of victimization. The idea of not having control over a situation is the fundamental the fundamental problem that Andrew Tate has with like rape, for instance. Like the idea that you would allow yourself in so much that you can to be assaulted, to be raped, to be literally anything is the issue, is the mistake that you've made. I think in his eyes, he sees weakness as the problem, not the problem being that there are issues of society. Like you being weak is the bad part of it, which is cringe, to say the least.
Psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists,
prevented?
any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change.
It's a professional groomer.
I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim.
That's a bit sussy.
But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was
Well, it's always one of those things where like anybody can say from my experience, or like anybody can just use like personal anecdotes to reinforce negative views, mainly because if it plays into the narrative that they're trying to tell, works perfectly out. So people need to be like, unfortunately, like there's also a certain point of it where like Andrew Tate doesn't go after like well-adjusted and well-socialized boys. Obviously he's going after boys who maybe didn't have a strong father figure, maybe didn't have a father figure that was going to help them navigate in the world. Like the people who he's targeting are already incredibly vulnerable to this kind of programming. So naturally him like reinforcing the idea that because he's the like strong male, like masculine guy, you would only pick an audience of weak, young and impressionable young males to make that work. Like that doesn't work if you're talking to well-adjusted, socialized guys. And again, I say boys specifically because that's a big part of his audience.
At school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men property and they get to do what they want with them. It makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny.
Start talking to some bitches, say me and my man are fucking.
Where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually
What the
garners millions of
again with the sword, dude.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at and actually achieve.
The most hardcore of them
So,
have
a
traveled
G.
here to Romania
All
to
right.
join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity.
$4,000.
We're a brotherhood designed to inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
Oh my
At the top of
god.
Andrew's fraternity.
Oh my god. You should fellas, if you ever catch yourself and it's not like a wedding, toasting all at the same time to like one guy, like especially like that, stay away from that. Also frats aren't great either. Those guys like in their 20s. Yeah, I mean, these guys are, you got to remember, these are like the promotional stuff. So like, you know, you want your audience to look a little bit older to inspire the younger ones. But yeah, obviously the young ones are not going to be spending $4,000 to go anywhere. That's going to be the like low 20-year-olds. But yeah.
Is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here.
Oh.
After our testy exchange this morning,
They still have some kind of semblance of reality.
No, but it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
There you go.
I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. Punch me. Knock out.
You want to hit me, then hit me.
Already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up a few more, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the War Room. In the world Andrew is creating, not only are women to be subjugated,
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
but men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Okay. Tap out.
So you stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like if I were having a street fight, would someone stop? No, so that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Wait, what? Are you trading for a street fight? Trust me, in street fights, you're not going to get somebody who's going to stand there and play fairly and abide by boxing rules. Street fights, the minute you look away, they might just, like, shoot you or stab you, possibly. Or, you know, just, it's not really like a safe fighting area. If you're in a bar, you might trip over some shit and break your fucking neck on a chair.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Yes, chef.
The War Room is a network.
The Carpathian Mountains.
In the mountains of Transylvania.
Oh my
You can
god.
do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test.
He definitely thinks he's a barbarian. He definitely thinks he is.
War Room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world.
Oh dear.
Each paid
Oh no.
$5,000 to have their manhood tested.
Oh no.
None of us know what we have in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage.
You'll probably get your ass kicked.
It's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no.
To suck the juice. For real though, I find it funny that they're going to Transylvania.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me?
They're going into basic training.
There's no training before this fight.
No, eat shit.
Too lazy to fucking train. Is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
Wink, wink. Hey, how are you doing? What's It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance. We have medics. No one fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Oh my god. What the fuck? That guy just shoot fireballs? Wait, do they teach them how to shoot fireballs? Fuck all the misogynist shit. Just walk up to a woman and be like, watch this. Fuck. Immediately. They'll be like, hold up, wait a minute. Be the most interesting person in the room. Bro, what the fuck?
Greatest hypnotist in the world.
Fucking Liu Kang out here? What the fuck?
To have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself.
He can teleport?
And darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons.
Wait a minute. Huh? What? Your son... Huh? Your daughters will... Huh? Okay.
Create legacy.
Yeah, yeah.
Those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
What is this?
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear he has a big role to play.
What is this?
Whatever the war room's real agenda is.
What is going on?
This is the war room.
What is going on?
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up.
Fighting?
Anyone who's not fighting, you can stay seated.
Fighting?
We'll begin the other program.
Christ
Just
above.
like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who
Really?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're going to make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from.
Opportunities.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us as long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself because it came tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online. Yeah. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very...
Did he really not have a fucking actual form to fill out? I don't know if you guys can see the detail in this, but that is literally just a fucking loose leaf sheet of fucking paper. And like someone wrote yes, underlined it, and then was like, here, write your name in one of those fucking switcher pens. Jesus Christ. Thought you had a Bugatti, man. You can't afford some fucking decent forms? Christ above.
Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
We have a chaperone.
What are these tight fucking... What are these tight camo pants?
Asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by Tate before we film.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm just signing.
Yeah.
Fucking seriously.
That's who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
What do you do?
Show that you're not some sort of right-wing extremist.
Why did you join the war room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the war room, I used to think, why is this happening?
This is also one of those things where like these guys are like one could argue like, do these guys need to grow? I'm sure there's a possibility. Yeah, there's a good solid possibility that like these guys need to find something, some way to kind of grow as a person. But like this is not it. This is not it, fellas. I'm sorry, but this is not it. Stepping into a ring with a trained fighter is not it.
Things that get him negative publicity. What do you think about those things?
I think you're speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision is proving
like this is not how you grow as a person, is to get your fucking brain scrambled.
So we can't speak to anyone? Okay.
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway?
Hey man.
Matt, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat. Yeah?
Suits me, man. Brought over from Dubai.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car.
I've got my Ferrari.
Interview in here.
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off. So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. One of the guys who manages...
Excuse me? What? Okay.
And security for the
We're just going to move on.
Any criminal activity, maybe,
allows Tate to confront people on his own term. That makes sense. I can see that, yeah.
And so how do you
I guess that makes sense from like you know, you have somebody at like you have somebody you know, you basically have somebody always measure themselves against you with something that you're good at. That makes sense, because then you can always win. If you lose, then you know, if Tate ever lost a fight against one of his followers, he'd say like, oh look, see, I made you such a strong man. And if they lose a fight against Tate, then he always has the protection. Then you know, he always has a protection of being right. That makes sense.
With some of the things
I didn't even think about
for
that.
example, says online.
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, you know, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the War Room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you
That's
think
not-
detractors would say about
that's
women
not
that say
misogyny.
My woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase my woman, for me, ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends. How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. I mean, even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, you know, wealthy men, they would support multiple families. How is that a bad thing? It was only very recently that men and women have
Okay, we're just gonna
in masculine realms, in work and career, not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures.
Because works and career is a fundamentally only masculine thing. That is kind of a bit misogynist. Yeah.
Or like you have, you know, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want...
Could that possibly be a like a proximity bias? Like the women I've met, like, all right, have you met like successful women before? Like, all right,
my girlfriend, who I love,
it's a pretty small pool,
but she doesn't. She wants to pursue a career or something like that.
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
The core belief driving the war room, and what many here are
it sounds like cyberpunk music, actually. So this reminds me of.
And women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling.
What is happening?
Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis.
Is he gonna like fucking fatality here? Why is he wearing that?
I'm not interested in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow.
That. Okay. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay.
This is the War Room of Andrew Tate.
Now, it's quite possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the War Room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape culture.
9K followers on Twitch. It would for me. I'd consider that successful, but that's me. I'm pretty small. Is that how many followers he has on his thing?
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press, so they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the War Room experience.
Spitballing. I would say, like, I mean, 9K, I mean, considering Andrew Tate, I guess he doesn't have a channel, technically, because I don't think he has a YouTube channel. He just kind of has, like, an adjacent, like, YouTube fan community, and same with, like, Facebook and basically all the other social media sites. So, I mean... but like I would put his influence as reaching a lot more people than 9,000. Like he's got a successful women. Okay, yeah, he has minions. Oh, successful women. I don't. Sure, why not? I mean, if you've got 9,000, actually, to be honest, if you have 9,000 subscribers on fucking Twitch, you're probably actually pretty good. Like that's, I mean, how much? That's 5. Oh Christ, where's my phone? What is that? Even if you're making like. Even if you're making like only $5, that's not bad. Then again, I know Twitch takes like a little bit out of that, but I mean, you could make 9,000 subs on Twitch. You could make like a decent living off of that. You wouldn't be like rich, but you could probably quit like a full-time job, and then Twitch would just be your full-time job, which I would argue is a success. You know, you've got your own, you've got like your own little space, and you own your own income basically. I mean, obviously it's from Twitch, but you know. You get the idea. Like, you know, nobody can tell you tell you what to do on your Twitch channel. That's why I do this.
Okay. My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
That's why you should follow and sub on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
How you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man. So take it, make the best out of it, and then grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course, I'm going to try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, he's gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
Jesus Christ.
You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars living this lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
The only one on the platform? Okay.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Andrew Tate's
god.
future on social media is hanging in the balance. And the public backlash is spreading. I'm desperate to ask him about all of this. But first, I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I found myself in.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Give it up for Matt.
The war room. Oh boy. Oh Jesus Christ.
Watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Yeah, I bet. You know, at least the guy didn't pay to get his ass kicked. He's gonna make a good, he's making a good documentary. He'll make some money off of this.
Those who went all in on their fight.
Jesus. Oh my God.
One man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher.
Oh no. Well.
The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship.
Bro, what the fuck is this dude's outfit? My dude looks like fucking like. Go forward for a sec. Go back.
The inner circle had.
Like, what the fuck is this outfit? This is like fucking. This looks like fucking like. What does this fucking look like? First of all, my dude looks like he's a fucking what's the motherfuckers are up in Pennsylvania? Fucking my dude looks like an Amish guy who watches like a lot of kung fu movies. Like the only thing he did on like Rumspringer was go and watch fucking kung fu movies. What the fuck is this outfit? What is going on? I don't know what's. I mean, the rest of these dudes just look like fucking bloated potatoes. Potato. Fucking potato. Can't even see this guy's face. Fucking cauliflower over here.
Put these men through collective hardship and
Real
recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Go up to the front. He broke his hand on your head. And you're fine. So you win.
But they'd also joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism in rape culture. While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
This shame you hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any.
That guy's a fucking knee brace.
Do it, except that you should have probably.
You want to check on me? I want to train because I felt inadequate, right? So yeah, that's what I want to do. Right now, I have new mountains to climb.
Jesus Christ. My dude, you need some ice, my friend.
And go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. You know, we shouldn't.
It's really not. Movies are fictional and like. That's what happens when you narrativize your life too much.
I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup.
My dude looks like, I know what he looks like. He looks like fucking Amish Raiden from fucking Mortal Kombat. That's what he looks like.
All the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance. Andrew
Yeah, my
Tate.
man made
People who want to stay and relax.
a nice amount of money.
There's some chicks. Don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all.
Don't know where they're from. Well, that'll. Andrew, stick with that energy, my friend, because when the police ask you where are they from, where'd you got them from, stick with that energy.
Not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women.
What's
being
happening?
photographed.
What's happening?
With Andrew's team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight would be the last chance to interview him.
Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which
My
have been
dude
viewed
looks so
11 billion
upset.
times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said
Perhaps,
one thing, or
possibly.
maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Would it make sense to just
Dude,
apologize for
come
something
on.
you said?
For somebody who like pretends to be like this strong male masculine guy, for homeboy to do like the I perhaps maybe possibly 1%, maybe 2%, I don't know, one or two things I might have, could have, did I really say them? They might have been edited deceptively, maybe lead to bad outcomes. Like, come on, dude.
Acknowledge that they have caused harm and say that you won't say those things again.
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most...
You don't have to be an expert. You just have to understand what's getting you traffic and what's not. It's not that hard. You don't need to understand the algorithm. You have to just kind of play around with the algorithm. What works will generally keep working.
...to them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try
Or
to.
when I do it.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in it. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter, Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
This question is so low. This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, it's a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
Clapped
to the
up.
protest of his fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
Oh my god, it's how it shows.
It seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you.
Is it a rabbit? Okay.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets
What
up a
the
new
fuck
bank
is going
entirely
on?
owned by him.
What the fuck is
the
going
Hustlers University as
Okay.
the real world.
Welcome to the real. Oh my god.
In the first month after being
No,
deplatformed,
not
he made
Morpheus,
$11
no.
million and
God.
got 250 million views on TikTok.
Fucking
alone.
Lawrence better have gotten money.
Months
That's
later,
all I care
Elon
about.
Musk reinstates his Twitter account and
Naturally.
he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not.
True.
No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Andrew
He was right at the
maintains he
time.
never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally managed to speak to some women from his past. Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
That makes
I
sense.
always knew, even back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him are false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we got on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
What the fuck? What? Wait. What? What? Oh my god, this dude needs so much help, and by help I mean more police. What the fuck, dude? Like, okay.
I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning
Totally-
me down, hurting me.
totally
Things he was
normal.
saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to?
Oh my god.
And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me, shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? And you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like, you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn words.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
Yes.
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
We are talking about
Even though I
Andrew
know
Tate.
Technically, it's true. That did happen. That is what happened to me.
Well, mostly we're watching a Vice
I still
documentary.
don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
Yeah, I find so okay. So this is the weird thing, right? Like Andrew Tate. If we take this story at like face value, which I think is rather fair considering his history of not just rape apologia, but kind of like a desire to lord power over people. And I said this earlier, and I really do think that at the core of what Andrew Tate's whole shtick seems to be to me is this endless pursuit at domination and pure like pure control. I'm not sure what happened in Andrew Tate's life that that took control away from him, but clearly something happened to this man where he lost control of a situation, and that has weighed heavily on him. Now that's not to what's the word? That's not to relieve him of any guilt or any responsibility, but it's kind of clear that the loss of control is the thing that he sees as his radicalizing moment. And I think it's also indicative of the way that he approaches his conversations and his rhetoric to other men. It's why he mentions earlier that none of his friends are losers. Like, you shouldn't care if your friends are losers. If they're your friends, if you garner value from their friendship, that's the only thing that should really matter. But to Andrew Tate, it's like a status thing. It's damaging to him that he can't control his friends and he can't control the perception of him being friends with X or Y person that others might have. And using that element might be kind of what attracts, what is an attractive trait to him, I suppose. And how he kind of talks to people by, reinforcing the this anxiety over loss of control.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages.
He very much doesn't dog whistle. Which...
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turn me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking...
A little bit.
And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Okay, I love the other women. None of the other women that I've assaulted complained to me about it.
Every few months, Andrew would send me a different number, message to remind me of how dangerous he was.
Totally normal to have a different number each time.
Man, I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't blink twice if Andrew Tate walked into a room. He's not. He's not
6 months, Amelia
really. I don't know who told him he was intimidating. But then again, the people who have to say that constantly usually aren't really the ones that are actually dangerous or actually intimidating. Right.
We have 2 other girls.
The Nazis also famously didn't get a lot of complaints to their HR department. Like, the fuck is this?
Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger? And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work.
Oh my God,
Due to
Jesus Christ.
Fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
Is it also not, he already said it's not, it's obvious why he goes after people that are, not older.
Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry.
I too would be pretty upset.
Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. From what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well.
Let's also be clear. Sounds like an authentic, right? It doesn't like go in and out. But let me also be really clear. There are people who like the stuff she's describing. There are people who like that stuff. I think we all understand this. But again, like Andrew Tate has this weird thing, it seems, where it's like he actively goes after people who would not consent to this stuff and are like, no, I'm like that. Like that's who he goes after, and they also seem to be young, which is telling to say the least, you know, because if you get people who aren't familiar with or maybe aren't as sexually experienced as you can exploit that lack of knowledge to then take advantage of them. It's also how people how like, you know, actual groomers isolate young people, like, you know, children and stuff, to groom them. Like you isolate them, you introduce aspects of sex that are usually kind of more on the margins and make that seem normal, and suddenly, you know, but you know, there's also an element of that big groomer energy is what I'm saying, basically.
There was another time when he came into the bedroom, me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, like, I saw him raping her. And when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom, and he said, oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. That's kind of when I knew, you know, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update, I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence.
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, they wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I'm innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me. Sally said, the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, I love raping you, I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling. To CPS, apparently, that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell, 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations. The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them
The Matrix has attacked me
to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in the story is the victim
the
of
Matrix
conspiracy,
real?
Is it the multi-millionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
You know, you see all these young men.
Yeah, didn't he like also say, if I remember correctly, didn't he say he moved specifically to like Romania because the rape laws are like very, very they're really easy to get around. Like I could have sworn I heard that somewhere. Like that was like kind of the reason behind it, behind him moving
about
there.
How he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
On content creator, yeah, really. You're in the jeez Christ. Well, Andrew Tate. You know the thing that they tell, you know, like at the end of all YouTube videos where they tell you to like click on one of these like things to watch more videos. Yeah, I've been meaning to film one of those. So that's what I was doing. I was just setting it up to